I'm really happy to be with you and welcome, Alan. You're one of our very first users in USA, and it's a real pleasure to welcome you today. Thank you very much. So, to start,
Appreciate it.
I would love for you to introduce yourself. You've built a successful independent recruiting practice, and what's your secret sauce?
Thanks, Colin. My name's Alan Fluhrer. I have been currently I am the managing principal of Fluhrer and Bridges Executive Search in Southern California. We focus on commercial construction, commercial subcontractors, commercial general contractors, developers, and similar. We also work with structural engineering consulting firms. I have been in recruiting over 20 years. I've been internal, I have been external, I have built teams, I have built functions. My secret sauce, I've been in construction for over 10 years. I think with recruiting and headhunting, I think as most of us know, my secret sauce in this industry is relationships. Being able to contact, reach out, have a relationship is really the key. And I think all of us can
So, the
understand that.
human part is your secret sauce.
It is the human part of a secret sauce. Which is one of the reasons I chose Jarvi. It is just an application that can help me do that. I had outgrown Outlook and any automations that Outlook could do. We all try to find something, and it's just what can we do to help us save time, be a little bit more effective. I don't need a huge number of bells and whistles. I just need to be able to reach back out to my candidates, my clients, and keep up on the construction industry in Southern
Cool.
California.
Okay. As an independent recruiter, time is your most valuable asset. Before we started working together, what were the biggest administrative problems or manual tasks that were holding you back from focusing on your candidates and clients?
For me, it was getting what I like to call my base list of names. If we're looking for, say, a project manager, well, I have project
Yeah.
managers. I know project managers, but I still need to find more and continue to grow. So I need to bring in, let's say, LinkedIn results and other results. And so one of the biggest administrative savings for me, one of my biggest administrative hassles was doing the research, bringing the people in. I have over the years a great many lists. And that was one of the problems is I've worked with Salesforce and others and just trying to get everything in one place. And that's the biggest help to avoid that. Also to be able to, and this is a newer function in Jarvi, being able to directly send the resume out from within Jarvi. Because before, no matter what system I was using, unless it was a very high-end system and tremendously expensive, I couldn't do that. I had to go out, customize the email, and send it. Now I'm starting to be able to do that with other things. That also saves me a good
I
deal of
understand.
time.
Yeah. On the market, you have hundreds
Mhm,
of tools in USA or in the world. What was it about Jarvi that
mhm,
made you say, "Okay, I want to be one of the very, very, very first users in USA"? And what gave you the
mhm.
confidence to partner with us?
This might be a slightly longer answer because at my last company where I was internal, one of the last projects I did was picking a new applicant tracking system. We were getting rid of ADP, and what I learned was there's a couple of steps. If anybody has questions in regards to Jarvi and the choices, please let me know. But what you have to figure out is you're basically buying a vehicle. So you've got everything from a very small two-door to a big RV, and you have to figure out first what size vehicle do you need. Now, at the company I had been at, everybody chiming in was saying, "Yeah, we need everything that these RVs have. We need a bed, and we need a big engine, and we need." And as we really got down to it, it was no. What we need is something that's about the size of a mid-size SUV, something that can hold three people. If we add more, it can hold four or five, and it can do these things. And then from there, we chose the products
Yeah.
that fit that. Jarvi was I had to go through that same analysis when I was looking for a tool. And we all know there's a ton to look at. And what attracted me to Jarvi is it is looking at the recruiting firms that are, let's say, 1 to 10 people, give or take. I could be wrong there on the 10. But I think they occupy a very interesting place because what attracted me to Jarvi was number one, it was put together with common sense. Number two, which I wasn't expecting, is it has a CRM and an applicant tracking system. Now, we normally have problems finding something that can do both of those things. when I discovered Jarvi can do both of them, it was like, oh, this is really great. I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. But Jarvi fit the 1 to 10 person. And regarding Jarvi's integration with AI, and now I'm learning it, but it seems like it was integrated intelligently. And so Gohan and I just did a quick test, and now I have, over 100 project managers that I have to go reach out to. And I can do that because now it can email, it integrates with LinkedIn, it integrates with, if you use Outlook as a backup, it'll integrate with that, and it's very
Okay.
convenient.
Great, great. And how does Jarvi feel different in terms of modern user experience compared to what you've seen before?
I think it's pretty user friendly. I will be very candid. When I first started, there was a little more French than there was non-French, and that's okay. But now it's been taken care of. It strikes a good balance, I think, of being out of the box where I don't have to do a lot of customization, but there's the option to do enough customization that it works for me. And this is again, back to when I was choosing an ATS for my past company. One of the products we looked at was
Yeah.
Crelate, as an example. I was very impressed with Crelate. The thing that I couldn't work with, though, is Crelate required a lot of customization to make it work just the way you wanted it to, and that's fine. I just didn't have the ability internally to do that at the time. So that it wasn't a choice. So Jarvi allows us to do that.
Now you're using the platform every day. And is there one specific feature that becomes for you your unfair advantage or that change really the way you manage your workflow?
I think being able to switch between the applicant tracking system jobs and the candidates that I've loaded into them, say for a project manager in one job and a superintendent for a subcontractor, that Jarvi updates everything. If I'm dealing with Alan, the project manager, and I've moved, copied, inserted him into job number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm talking with him about that job, it also updates the base
Yeah.
contact. So I don't have to do double and triple work, which is wonderful.
Yeah. So, how much time or mental space has Jarvi freed up for you to focus on human conversation? If you have to say this kind of information, how much time? What would you say?
Now, being an independent, our time goes all over the place. I don't know if I can say it a hard number, but I will say it's very
Yeah.
noticeable. It's that because I don't need to do these things. I've thrown away tons of spreadsheets that I've already gotten
Yeah.
loaded up into Jarvi. I learned over time not to trust Outlook because Outlook loses contacts out of the blue. And I had to purchase another CRM years ago simply to back up Outlook.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that anymore. So getting stuff into Jarvi is quicker. I think you guys have, I've seen some updates on the activity, the follow-up,
Yeah.
the reminders. I've seen some improvement. I've seen some updates there. Those updates have been good. I think I want to look at maybe customizing a couple of them or adding a custom one because it's nice to be able to say when we're doing staged contacts and I know that it's going to take 5 or so contacts to reach somebody. One of the nice things that Jarvi has freed up is I can see I sent an email, then I called, then I sent a text, then I sent a LinkedIn. I can see that in one place.
Yeah.
That is
And
convenient.
I remember you had a lot of spreadsheets in your organization before Jarvi. I don't know how many, but hundreds.
Yeah, and I'm still integrating. The other convenient thing that Jarvi does is, so I used to use SeekOut, I used to use ChatterWorks. I use ChatterWorks. So that's for contact enrichment, get the phone numbers, get the emails. And I have tons of spreadsheets, hundreds of spreadsheets, and now I can get them into Jarvi and I don't need to worry about them anymore or think, where was that person? Where was that job? Where was that company? And now it's doing what
Yeah,
it should be doing.
of course. You know that now AI is inside Jarvi, so we have specific features with AI on Jarvi. And I know that you are learning how to use them, and you can save a lot of time with that. But before to have AI on Jarvi, you were using AI on your own, and now
Yeah.
to have that on the ATS, you see the difference for you?
Yes, I think that just like anything that has AI or any AI interaction, we just have to get as good as possible
Yeah.
at the prompt. Specifics, as we've all learned, once we start using an AI, you start asking questions, and you're like, "Oh my God, this is great. Well, why can't it figure this?" Because you haven't asked it. And so as I'm I'm starting to I've been working with the Jarvi AI, and I'm just trying to how do I ask the question? Do I ask it the right way? And the other nice thing about you folks is when I have a question and I can't get you on the phone, you're sending you a
Yeah.
quick chat helps.
If tomorrow you see another independent recruiter, why would you tell them
Mhm.
or you tell him to take a look at Jarvi as a CRM? If you have one advice.
Well, one or two things. Number one, I chose Jarvi because it fit the size it can grow with me and it works the way that I think. And I think that people should take a look at Jarvi. I think Jarvi should be one of the three you look at and see, does this work the way I think? Is it intuitive enough? Do I understand how it works? Is it going to make my uptime less and my productivity more? So I'm not spending all day figuring out the admin parts of it. So I would say that, and the support you folks have provided so far has been really easy, comfortable, and you get back to us as soon as possible. If anybody has a question, feel free to reach out to me. If you're looking at Jarvi, feel free to reach out. I didn't know until just now that I'm one of the first
Yeah.
3 in the USA that got the program. It's great. I like it. It works for me. And if anybody's considering it, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to walk through and show you what
Yeah.
I've done.
And on my side, thank you very much for your confidence, and you're a very innovative guy. And it has always been a pleasure to discuss with you. And we always take your feedback, but it's very cool to have you in the adventure with us and as an ambassador. So yeah, thank you for everything, Alan. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I thank you guys, and I keep looking forward to moving forward
Yeah,
for
of
a long
course,
time.
with pleasure.
Sure thing.